You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here's your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
I'm Megan Brady, and you're listening to Galloping Getaways for Thursday, November 28th. As always, we are on Horses in the Morning every fourth Thursday of the month and cover everything equestrian travel. Brought to you by the Equestrian Travel Association. Good morning, Horse World.
Ride away with us on this special monthly equestrian travel episode, brought to you by the Equestrian Travel Association.
Coming up on today's show of Galloping Getaways, we're thrilled to whisk you away to the vibrant landscapes of Guatemala. Join us as we interview the passionate Nicole Kristmann from Guatemalan Horse Tours, who will take us on a journey through the breathtaking terrain and rich culture of this enchanting country. Get ready to discover what makes horse riding in Guatemala a unique and unforgettable experience. Nicole will share her insights, memorable stories, and tips for adventures of all levels. Don't miss the chance to saddle up and explore the beautiful country of Guatemala with us. Tune in and let the adventure begin. Well, we are so excited to have Nicole Kristmann of Guatemalan Horse Tours with us today. I'm so excited to have you on. She is our recent recognized as a gold member of the Equestrian Travel Association. And just as a reminder, the Equestrian Travel Association upholds the highest horse care and welfare and customer service. So we are thrilled to welcome Guatemalan Horse Tours and Nicole Kristmann.
Thanks. I'm super happy to be here and be a part of the organization.
Yes, we're so excited. So let's just dive right in. So can you share the story behind the founding of the Guatemalan Horse Tours and what inspired you to start with this venture?
This is the opposite of what most people do. Most people start a travel company and then they kind of add in philanthropic work. So what I did was the exact opposite. I came to Guatemala and started helping the working tour horses. This is in pandemic. There's 125 horses on one volcano, Pacaya volcano, which is an active volcano where we take guests. And then there's also Acatenango volcano, which has 50 horses. So my idea was to come here and help these working tour horses. One horse supports a family of 7 to 10 people in tourism. So after coming here, feeding these horses during the pandemic, helping the families, I said, you know what, let's start doing something that's sustainable. So we started alternating these horses and creating a luxury tour. So now we manage these 125 horses for medical care, for food, and then also help the families. And then not knowing to me, I also found out that there's a lot of the horses that are breeded for the Andalusian shows in Spain are in huge pockets all over Guatemala. So I was able to infiltrate those ranches as well. And so we also have this community of these fabulous Andalusian horses, which we're able to take guests to. So from all of this from the past 6 years, we've been able to create a luxury tour using our cowboys that own these horses actually turn into waiters on the volcano. Our rides are very different. It's not like most, I think, tourism, they take you to one ranch. We immerse you in the culture, the Mayan culture of Guatemala with the horses. We take you on Andalusian ranches. We have to the lake where there's 7 volcanoes all around you. So my story is a bit different in that I didn't start a tour company with horses. I came to help. And that's what our tours are about, is basically philanthropic travel, like coming and giving. Because also when you do our tour, we have 55 children that we support as well. We have an orphanage. Wow. So you're riding horses, you're on beautiful volcanoes. It's still a very much a luxury experience, but we put you sort of under the skin of the country. And the Mayan culture here is very much alive, much more so than, Belize, Costa Rica. There's still the traditional dress. And then, of course, we have the most active volcanoes in the world here, which are very safe, but it's just an amazing experience to be able to actually sit on them and have wine and have your horse right beside you.
Wow. It sounds so incredible. I have goosebumps just listening to you, and just the way that you just talk about and you're passionate about it, and the fact that all these people are coming there and just giving back to the community. I cannot wait to come visit you. That's so exciting.
It's a different horse experience. I've been riding all my life, and you know, and the working tour horses are a blend of, you know, the Andalusian, the Pasifino, and then just like the regular horse. So, I mean, they're all gated, which is fantastic. And then we also have another ranch, which is Finca in the Clouds, which I run. And this is a herd of Chicanos that were all born and bred in Guatemala on this ranch. They run free. National Geographic came and listed it as one of the top 10 places. Unlike the horses from the West that are wild, these horses are wild, but they're so calm. I actually lived with them and slept with them for 3 months to train them. And you can't even say you could break these horses. You can just, in 2 days, I was able to put a saddle on them and ride them. So we also make that part of our experience. You can come ride these horses. You can come grab one of the herd of 30 and basically put a saddle on them in 2 days when they've never been ridden before. But it's in the highlands in an antique ranch house. And so Guatemala just was listed in Architectural Digest, National Geographic as the new like top visitation place in the world. So we're actually like a hidden secret, but no one knows that it's all Spanish colonial architecture. Yeah. It's 70 degrees year round here. You know, you don't come in shorts and flip flops. You're wearing like jeans, cowboy boots, and you're riding in this beautiful, it's like 60 degrees at night. So
it's like my ideal.
Yeah, the climate here year round is that. So for travel, you know, when it's snowing in other places or hot, let's say in Florida, you can come here in June or July or even December, and you're going to get the same temperature year round, as well as the lush foliage, the mountains, the sunsets, the volcanoes. It's amazing. And we have one volcano, Fuego, that we can see even from my house that spews lava every 30 minutes. And cool. It's magical just to watch it. And so we do have a trip that you can go, that you can camp and see this like eye to eye, this, you know, volcano spewing lava every 30 minutes. We don't go to that volcano, but we're able to see it from afar.
Wow. Incredible. So this might have to be my winter getaway. Come and visit you. Get out of the winter and get out of because I go to Florida for the winter, but it gets hot down there. So I'll come visit you.
Yes, you have to. Yeah. Get away from the heat.
I mean, you just shared so much, but what do you think makes Guatemala like a unique destination for horse riding tours compared to other countries?
Most of the tours that I've seen and have ridden is you just go to one ranch. We're taking you basically to 5 to 6 different locations across the country. So you're not just going to one ranch and stay there. You're staying in the Spanish colonial Antigua that's absolutely gorgeous with 1600 AD convents and churches and buildings and hotels. But then we're taking you to Pacaya Volcano one day. Then we're taking you to Finca in the Clouds, which is the horses running free one day. Then we're taking you to the lake another day. And so we're taking you through architectural ruins, to volcanoes, to places in the highlands. So it's immersing the rider in different types of horses. And also, of course, the Andalusian ranch. We have, like one of the largest breeding Andalusian ranches in the world. I mean, they've got like 120 stallions of world champion Andalusians. So it's not just an experience of you're staying on a ranch and just riding out every day. We're taking you to all these different experiences of different types of horses, Mayan culture, and we're moving you around. They're basically only 45 minutes to an hour from us, each destination. But our trip is something that's just a cultural experience all the way around, in different kind of horses, different kind of riding, different kind of, architecture. It's completely different than just like, riding out in different locations every day. We ride you through coffee plantations, the Mayan villages. We even do like tienda drinking. So that's, where you take your horse, park it in front of a tienda, which is a little store, go in, get a beer, come back, get on your horse, and then ride to the next one. So, you're in the Mayan villages.
Yeah. How fun.
And here the culture is very much alive, unlike like even Costa Rica or Belize or Panama. The women still wear their ceremonial garments. They still have Guatemala is all about color. So they still have we take you to shaman ceremonies where we have the shamans that have the sage and the candles, and you're able to experience that part of the Mayan culture. And then each village you go to is just filled with color because it's all about the people. All of the women still wear their ceremonial garments, and each garment that they wear is indicative to their village. So one woman that has flowers that she's hand embroidered on her blouse that will tell you she's from Solala, whereas another one might have geometric that will tell you she's from Chichicastenango. So it's a cultural experience in horses as well as architecture, food. It's just a complete diversity all the way around.
Wow. So you really incorporate everything in these tours. What an experience for people. What an experience.
And it's all pretty much luxury. So, I mean, people think Guatemala, they think third world.
Yeah.
No, we have the finest hotels and restaurants here, as well as, transportation. Everything here we can do it, as long as you want, or if you really want to get ingrained with the people, we can do something that's more indigenous. Mm-hmm. But our whole idea is that when you come, it's travel with a purpose, changing your life and theirs. So we do one day of giving to the horses. So let's say we have a group of horse people that come. Well, I call in about 100 horses, and the clients will help me do vet checks, hand out parasite meds, do concentrate or grain for the horses. Mm-hmm. So you're actually able to help the communities of the countries that you're enjoying. The same, we have 55 children, and if our people are interested in that, or our guests are, then we go to Soulshine Village, which is our 55 kids, and we play in the village with the kids for the day in a Mayan village. So we're trying to make, I think, more awareness, and I think this is coming about now, is to travel and give back to the places you're going, not just get.
Yeah.
But all of our tours, this is the greatest thing. All of our tours, we're a 501c3 nonprofit in the United States. So every tour that you do is 100% tax write-off. So from your hotels to, not your airfare, but the hotels and everything you do, because we are working with the Mayans, and all the money goes for the Mayans and the horses. So when you book a tour with us, basically it's a tax write-off for you.
Wow. Incredible. I can't wait to come visit. That sounds great.
We can't wait to have you.
Yeah. So you've talked about all the different types of horses, and I had no idea that Andalusians were so prominent there, to be quite honest with you. I had no idea. So how do you select different horses for different riders when they come?
On the volcanoes, it's very easy because they're some of the best trainers I've ever seen in my world, especially in my life for trail riding, because each cowboy has their own horse, and all of them are calm. Like we have 70 horses on the volcano. Every single one of them, I would put a 4-year-old on. On an Andalusian, we take you to the ranch. We have one of the finest trainers in the world for Andalusians. So we look at your level of riding experience. We do an Andalusian show, just like the South of Spain. Okay. But if someone wants to train on an Andalusian, then we would look at their level of skill. We'll put them on the horse for like 5 or 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And these horses are all about, they are vertical. There's nothing horizontal about them. So you're taking everything from the seat. So when you're riding, I mean, they're not going to rear unless you kind of ask them to, but you can just feel this coming underneath you. So we look, the trainer that's there, that's like I said, he's one of the best Andalusian trainers in the world. He's there, and he assesses the level for that. The horses that think in the clouds, they're Altercaner, they're smaller horses. Mm-hmm. The only thing that they would do is maybe spook a little. So we just look and say, okay, if you've ridden a lot, we have 5 that we've trained that you can ride all the time. We can put a 4-year-old on them as well. But the other ones, if you have you want to try to train a horse that's wild, we can do that in 2 days if you have the experience. Wow. Cool. So we've never had one single accident the entire, 6 years I've been doing this, not one. So it's awesome. It's very safe.
So you do definitely you can cater to both beginners and more experienced riders as well. And kind of they can choose what kind of experience they want to have.
And actually we can do that on the same tour, which is great because we have some people that have never ridden before. And then we have very experienced riders. So we can mix them all in every experience because we have different levels of horses at each each excursion that we go to.
So do you have any memorable stories or experiences from past tours that you can share with us?
Yes, I do. I have a really good one. We had a horse that died of colic, and I was in the States and this horse died, and, to buy a horse here for one of the cowboys, that means if his horse dies, his family doesn't eat. He doesn't have any more tourism. He doesn't have anything. And so I can't afford to put out $1,000 to $1,200 to buy him a new horse the next day.
Right.
So I was in the States and I get this call from these people. They're 3 women, and they're like, "Can we ride on the volcano tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Sure." And she texted me back and she's like, "Can you add more people?" And I was like, "Okay." Well, I found out it was this group. It was the dancers from Carol G, who are very famous. I don't know if you all know, but they're very famous, I think, in the States as well as Latin America. So all of a sudden I was like, okay. And we needed, because, all the profits go to the horses. And we needed, $1,200 that day to buy him a horse the next day. So all of a sudden I'm in the States and my phone keeps dinging and dinging and dinging and dinging. And it was each one of the dancers were adding and adding and adding and adding. So we ended up getting 16 people, which was over $1,600. So I ended up calling them and saying, "Hey, you know what? Your whole tour is going to buy this horse." So all these dancers were so excited about this. They went to the volcano. They met the owner. We actually ended up buying a new horse for him the next day. And then the dancers came back and took pictures, and they are really famous on YouTube. They're really famous all over the world. And so, so that was a beautiful story about people giving, and they knew what they were doing after that. And so more dancers started joining in, and they started buying the tour so they could go, so they could be a part of the story of giving this family and this cowboy back his tour and his profession. And so, and they ended up naming, I think, the horse Bachoto, which is her nickname. Wow. So that was a beautiful tour story. Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. So what advice would you give to someone who's considering coming to experience one of your adventures? If I wanted to come to visit you, what advice would you give me? Things to bring? Yeah. How would you prepare?
You wouldn't dress like you're going to a tropical place. Just jeans, cowboy boots, and a rain jacket and a cowboy hat. Or if you want a helmet, if you wear a helmet, bring that. And then a warm sweater would be what you would pack. It's not going to be very hot all the time. It gets maybe a little bit warm in the day, but we take care of everything for you, so you don't have to it's not anything, extensive that you must bring. You're going to be riding in different kinds of saddles, homemade saddles from cowboys down to, at the Andalusian show, you'll be in a Spanish saddle. You can wear it in a Mexican saddle, all the tack, everything. But the one thing you can bring, look in your barn and find what you don't use anymore. Even a strap of leather that needs conditioning and is dirty, our cowboys will use it. So the one thing I would say to bring, whether it's an old bridle girth halter, talk to your friends, anybody that comes, if they could bring a suitcase full of tack, and you would be giving it out yourself to our cowboys, that this is working tour horses. And that's the one thing that we cannot get here, and that is the biggest thing we need in donations.
Awesome. And how long is typically a tour for people?
So it depends on which day or what we're doing, but generally you can ride as much. This is why we like to talk to people. You can ride as little or as much as you like. So let's say you're going to Pacaya Volcano. You're going to do if you don't ride a lot, you're going to do a 45-minute ride up the volcano and down. After you're sitting on the volcano, drinking wine and eating pizza. I forgot to mention we have a lava chef. So we have a lava chef that cooks pizza and all the Mayan traditional food in the lava. But you're riding that day, and we could also turn that into, you want to gallop? Okay, we can gallop through the coffee plantations and the Mayan villages to get to the volcano. So that's a 2.5-hour ride there and back. So it depends on the level of the client and how much they want to ride that day or how experienced they are. We cater everything. Every tour is customized.
Now it's time to take out your culinary passport and join us for our Gourmet Globetrotter segment with our recipe of the month.
So as always, we ask all our guests, what is your favorite dish from that region? So what is your one favorite recipe that you'd like to share?
Definitely Pepián. Papillon is a blend of different spices and like cinnamon, all of these things, and they can use it in beef or chicken, but it's definitely Mayan. It's been handed down from generation to generation. So it just many spices are in it, and it's served usually over rice with our handmade tortillas. And that's something that you see all over Guatemala is they hand make the tortillas in every like street corner, in all the restaurants, everything. So the pepillon put in this chicken that's stewed and with all these different spices, sometimes it's stewed for days, and then put that in a tortilla. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds delicious. And you gave us the recipe, so I'll be trying that sometime soon.
Okay. Let me know how you like it.
Awesome. Well, it's such a pleasure talking to you, Nicole, and I really cannot wait to come visit you. I'll be talking to all my friends, and we'll start getting our tack together, and we'll bring suitcases down with us.
That's amazing. And we're also paired with Spirit Airlines. Okay. So if you have any tack that you would like to fly for free, if you're flying Spirit, you can just give me your confirmation number. Spirit gives you all your bags for free.
And if people just wanted to donate can they just donate without coming down like throughout the year? If they, if I come take a trip and then 6 months later, I want to send you things.
We have an address that if you just contact me in Osteen, Florida, we have 4 rescue horses there that we help, and they receive all our donations. And then when I fly into the States, I will pick them up and then fly them back to
awesome.
Guatemala.
It's been such a joy to learn more about this and what you do. So where can listeners find out more about your tours? Obviously, they can find you on our website at rideeta.com, but where can they find you? Your website, your social media? If somebody wanted to book a tour, where can they find you?
Absolutely, on Guatemalan Horse Tours. It's just Guatemala with an N, Horse Tours. That all of that goes directly to me. So what we do is we customize tours for you. We don't just have a set tour and say, okay, you go. No, we find out about the people. We find out what their food preferences are, their hotel preferences, their horse preferences. So every tour is customizable. And to get to me, it's just Guatemalan Horse Tours. We have Guatemalan Horse Tours on YouTube. We have Instagram. We have Facebook, all the social media. And when you book our tour, 100% of the profits go to the Mayan villages and the horses.
I think it's so incredible what you're doing to give back to the community and organizing these tours. And what a great opportunity to give back. The recipe that we just talked about will be in our show. You can find it there, and I cannot wait to try it. If you're looking for your next equestrian adventure, you can go to www.rideeta.com to find your next equestrian adventure, retreat, whatever you want. All our members are certified by us and are upholding to the highest standard of horse care and customer service. We hope you enjoy trotting along with us and discovering new destinations on horseback. Until next time, saddle up, explore the world, and may your travels be filled with hooves and happiness.